Just bad.
I did.
Yes, she did.
Hi guys, welcome back. Today it's gonna be a weird video because I don't know if we're gonna redo this ever. I'm here. This is my friend Aztec. She
Hello.
is a professional musician, and by that I mean she went to college for this. And today we're gonna be listening to Jorge Rivera-Herrans. Fuck if I cannot pronounce this man's last name. The guy on the screen that you're seeing. He did Epic the Musical. And Aztec has heard a couple of the songs, but Aztec has never listened to the whole entire musical accompaniment. So that's what we're doing today because I respect her opinion on music. I will only be indicating which songs I personally have, and she's going to be critiquing them. Because it's really important that you guys hear from a professional what is and isn't working.
Yeah, I will certainly do my best. I generally try to take an approach of just figuring out what I think is effective and what could use some improvement, but in general I just like music, so I think this is just going to be a fun time overall.
I think so too. Links to both channels will be in the description. Let's go.
Let's go.
Alright, my brothers, listen closely. Tonight we make the Trojans pay. 10 years of war, they killed us slowly. But now we'll be the ones who slay. Think of your wives and your children. Your families wonder where you've been. They're growing old and yet you're still here. Do what I say and you'll see them again.
Yes, sir!
Diomedes will lead the charge. Agamemnon will flank the guards. Menelaus will let our mates through the gates and take the whole city at large. Teucer will shoot any ambush attacking. Little Ajax will stay back. Nestor, secure Helena, protector. Neo, avenge your father, kill the brothers of Hector.
Yes, sir!
Find that inner strength now. Use that well of pride. Fight through every pain now. Ask yourself inside, what do you live for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for?
What do you live for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for?
Penelope, Penelope, and Telemachus. I fight for us. I fight for us.
What do you live for?
Penelope,
What do you try for?
Telemachus.
What do you wish for?
I'm on my way.
What do you fight for?
Attack! Who was that?
A vision of what is to come cannot be outrun, can only be dealt with right here and now.
Tell me how.
I don't think you're ready. A mission to kill someone's son, a foe who won't run, unlike anyone you have faced before.
Say no more. I know that I'm ready.
I don't think you're ready.
It's just an infant. It's just a boy. What sort of imminent threat does he pose that I cannot avoid?
This is the son of none other than Troy's very own Prince Hector. Know that he will grow from a boy to an avenger, one fumed with rage as you're consumed by age. If you don't end it now, you'll have no one left to save. You can say goodbye to Penelope. You can say goodbye to Penelope.
I could raise him as my own, or send him far away from home. Make sure his past is never known. I'm not waiting for ya, down on my knees for ya. I'm begging please. do this. Don't make me do this.
The blood on your hands is something you won't lose. All you can choose is who's.
So, a really quick TLDR for this, right, that song specifically. In case you guys don't know, this musical is composed from the Odyssey, which is the Greek poem written by Homer, which was broken up, thanks Wikipedia, into 24 books. That is 23 books too long. I'm just going to say it now. This homeboy, right, is the king of Ithaca. And who you just heard is Zeus. You hear him later, and Aztec hears the song first, and it's like, hey Zeus, you do not need to come in like this, because you're an asshole. My man gets lost for 10 years, and that's why this whole thing is happening.
It's like, if you know anything about Zeus, it's like, of course, he's an asshole.
He is. But specifically, this scene right here is like the height of the Trojan War. The horse is already inside, and that's where this song is starting us off at. Just for your background.
Yeah, I think that's probably where I want to start as far as, like, just first impressions off of this one. Is mainly the plot. Mostly because it's like, obviously, if you're not really familiar with the story of the Odyssey, I can already quickly see it's like some things are just very quickly going to go over your head, and you're going to get kind of lost. The other thing is also, the other thing I'm already asking myself, is who are these characters? Because Odysseus, he's pronouncing it, is he saying it Telemachus? Or I always thought it was Telemachus.
You know what? All I really know is that Penelope is the only person whose name I can pronounce in this, because I feel like it's yielded the Bible. I don't know who any of these guys are, but I know he's married to Sarah. I'm gonna remember Sarah. It's Hayleigh!
It is a Hayleigh.
Hayleigh is also another longtime friend. Hayleigh is probably at work, but her opinion shall also be noted for notoriety. Noted for notoriety. Jesus Christ, I can speak English.
Ella's making a video right now.
Oh, I don't care. It's my channel. I can be as unprofessional as I please.
Oh.
Congrats, you're now in the video.
Well then.
This probably won't be coming
I'm
out till,
now in
like,
the video.
October, so...
Hello, chat. How's it going?
Hello, chat of this pre-recorded video.
Exactly. They can't say anything wrong.
True.
You don't know who any of these characters are other than Odysseus.
Well, no, it's not that. It's I don't even know who Odysseus is. Okay, getting back to my point. Not because I'm not familiar with the story of the Odyssey. It's because when it comes to making an adaptation like this, there are always going to be changes. And there's always things that are going to be focused on, and things that are going to be omitted, and things that are going to be exaggerated and heightened. Like Hades Town. Like
I love Hades Town. It's such a good musical.
Yeah, like that's the classic story of Eurydice. But the characters in that are not the same as the original story, right?
It's an adaptation of an old as fuck story.
Yeah, it's the same names, the same more or less the same plot, but the characters and some of their actions, how they behave is different, and what they choose to focus on can be different. And so when you're making an adaptation, it is somewhat in part a fresh story, and so coming at this like a musical, which is how it's always been told to me, that's how this works.
Mm-hmm.
I am a little bit lost at the beginning, because I think of like the big musical openings, like
in Wicked.
Like, yeah, we were just talking about Wicked. Like, no, the opening, No One Mourns the Wicked. It's like you learn very quickly who Elphaba is, who Glinda is, and their kind of and their rough
Connection.
dynamics with each other, and also like the fact that Elphaba is very much not liked because she's green, or
I feel like that's low-key
or
racism. Like, the girl can't help she's spinach colored.
yeah, and so yeah, that's basically the point. And in the Heights, the opening number of In the Heights, you learn who Usnavi is. You learn who oh god, what's her name?
I'll be honest, I've only heard one song from that thing, and I only heard about it because a friend gave it to me. I have never seen this movie. I know of it, never seen it.
I'm totally blanking on her name, but it's the main love interest of Usnavi. But you learn about her, you learn about Benny, you learn about the other girl's parents, and I can't believe I'm forgetting her name too. Holy shit. I am not on the ball today.
That's okay. I'm also springing this on you at like 9:30 at night after a whole day of work for you.
Yeah, so, but either way, you learn about who the characters are. You don't necessarily learn all their motivations and everything, but you at least know who they are. Where in this, we got a huge spattering of names with no real context of what their relations are, other than, like, I'm going to guess Penelope is Odysseus's wife.
Yes.
Like, that one's pretty obvious. Telemachus is his son. But I have to basically infer those. You kind of see what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's not a huge... And because this is purely audio, that does make it a little bit harder, but even in just soundtracks, you can still kind of figure those things out. So that is probably my only first criticism that I'm seeing right now. I'm already hearing... because I've heard a couple of the other tracks that come later, motifs that are definitely going to be returning and coming back. So, like musical motifs. So I'm excited to hear those and how those are developed. So, so I think that will be fun. But yeah, as far just from a storytelling perspective, that's like my only main critique so far. But we'll see if that gets. If more is revealed and we learn a little bit more of what's happening.
Right. From also a storytelling perspective, I just want to bitch for a second. Zeus, you are the last person to ask this man to commit the mortal sin of, like, murder. You have a body count in the thousands. You need to check yourself. I know this is an old as fuck story, but still.
Well, I don't think it's so much that it's like Zeus being hypocritical, because like the gods in Greek mythology are not like the god of Christianity that we're familiar with, like this benevolent being. So them being hypocritical, all of them being hypocritical, vary in character for all of them.
I know, but still, if I was this guy and I heard Zeus say, "Look, here's the deal, you can't adopt this kid, you're gonna have to kill him," I'd be like, how's your wife doing, dude? How's your wife doing, right? I'm gonna throw out the middle finger card real fast. I know me, though. I don't respect Zeus. He's an asshole.
Oh, I think the other criticism for this first song, The Horse and the Infant, is that part where Zeus and Odysseus are singing over each other.
Mm-hmm. I
know that musical, like, cliche and trope. I'm familiar with that one. Like, that's used as well in, like, Les Mis. Lin-Manuel Miranda loves that trope a lot as well.
We Don't Talk About Bruno is full of it.
In Latin music. Huh?
I was like, We Don't Talk About Bruno is full of overlord.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Perfect example. And so...
All I can think about is that, like, the song mashup that has, like, the Reese's Puffs, where they're, like, just three conflicting songs all singing over each other.
I am partial to CPR in that mix-up, but I will accept it. I almost forgot you were here. You scared me. I was like, who is this?
Yeah, I think...
Yeah, because I have no input. I hate musicals, so it's fine.
Oh, blasphemy. That's fine.
It's okay to be wrong. Anyway,
We tease because we love you.
No, but I think with that musical trope, I don't know if I would use that in a opener either, because it can be used for a lot of different purposes. But the thing with it is inherently built into it is it's very cacophonous and it can be kind of hard to follow what the fuck is going on. So for an opener, I don't think that's the best choice. So it kind of feeds into the problem of I don't know what the fuck is going on. So those are I would say those are my critiques.
That's fair.
We good?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
On to the next one. Just a Man. Jorge Rivera, please do not copyright strike me.
Let's go.
I look into your eyes and I think back to the sun of mine. You're as old as he was when I left for war. Will these actions haunt my days? Every man I've slain is the price I pay. Endless pain. Close your eyes and spare yourself the view. How could I hurt you? I'm just a man who's trying to go home, even after all the years away from what I've known. I'm just a man who's fighting for his life. Deep down I would trade the world to see my son and wife. I'm just a man. But when does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man become a monster? When does a ripple become a tidal wave? When does the reason become the blame? When does a man become a monster?
When does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man become a monster? When does a man become a monster?
I'm just a man.
Oof.
Okay, so I'm about to be a real nerd right now. The difference between a comet and a meteor is a space rock hurtling through space. Comets are full of ice. That's the difference.
You're missing the metaphor.
I know it's a
God, I
metaphor.
was about to say the same
God
thing.
damn.
Thank you. Thank
God
you.
damn it.
I've heard this before, and thank you.
This is what happens when you're in a room full of statistics.
I failed all those tests. I'm just a nerd. Don't let me in.
Hella, you were born in the autism, molded by it.
Don't sit there and
You
talk.
were not hit with the Tism bats. You were molded by it.
Don't talk about my mother and her toy trains.
You were-
Also, for his other question, when does a man become a monster? Well, typically, but also like when a mutagen agent is exposed to them in a movie, that's when they generally mutate into a monster.
Also, ripples and tsunamis are not technically linked to each other. Causation is usually... That's not how that goes. You know what I'm talking about. Tsunamis just... No. You are wrong on all fronts. It's a good metaphor.
He said a tidal wave, not a tsunami.
Whatever, same difference.
Those are the same.
Anyway, back to this song, because it's heavy.
That's about distance and strength of wind. With a larger body of water, it has more time to become a tidal wave.
Oh my god, fucking...
Also, the differential in temperatures, I believe, plays a giant factor in that.
Poetry is dead, and you have killed it.
We didn't kill it. We just sat it down. It's like, look, it's a really good metaphor, but you have to pick different things because people that are nerds will pick this apart. It's really good.
No, people who are autistic will pick it apart.
Don't talk about my mother and her trains, Aztec.
No, this is more of don't ask questions you don't want answers.
They're oh. Anyway. Hi, Paco.
Oh God, Paco can join in on the nerds.
Great. We have more Tism.
Hi, Paco.
We have what?
I am making a
Hayleigh is
video.
recording a video.
I am about the musical that Aztec is listening to, and we just got done with this, and I just got done explaining the difference between a comet and a meteor, and then Hayleigh explained the difference between a ripple and a tidal wave.
Hella and Hayleigh are taking the metaphors way too literally.
And now you're here.
Oh dear.
So now you can talk about the Trojan War.
The man in the song asked many questions, like when does a man become a monster, when does a ripple become a tidal wave, and what is the difference between a comet and a meteor? So we explained. He asked the questions. We had to answer.
Oh, but I will say the comet and meteor distinction is really clear cut.
No, Aztec is...
And as such, the Tism has increased.
Okay, but
It's
like...
over 9,000.
Okay, but Aztec, you love us because we're nerds. Like, you would be very
I know.
remiss if we didn't be like, actually.
I know. I can't sit on my high Trojan horse with about neurodivergence. I am also I am born of the neurodivergence as well.
When a music buff enters a room with three author like autistic people.
It's a really good metaphor, but that's not how this works.
Anyway,
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you know Paco. He's a longtime person of the channel. Paco, welcome to this video that you have unceremoniously been dumped into.
It very much is me walking in with my tea. Oh, welcome to the show, huh? What? Where?
You're a cat. You signed up for this. You walked into the recording booth.
When did my
Fair.
living room become a recording studio?
About 42 minutes ago.
Say hi to Paco chat. Just, in the future.
So,
Hello, everyone. All right, what are we talking about again?
so
Epic
we
the
have-
Musical.
we are going through Epic the Musical because I have
Awesome.
not heard all of it, and Hella was like, "Hey, you know music. Why don't you give your take on this?" So
I didn't realize I was going to summon the
So-
whole crew with this.
So we are currently on the second song in
Excellent.
42 minutes. And
So
I was about to
we're
get
doing
into...
these. I was gonna say we're doing these recordings one song at a time, right?
No. We got through the first one, and then we got
Alright.
to the second one, and then we completely, overhauled into the left-hand lane for no reason.
All
Yeah,
right, here
so-
we go. I'm predicting that this will be now a 5-hour recording. Buckle up, folks.
Don't...
You're already 42 minutes in. Sorry, 43. You're stuck with us now.
Let's go.
Already.
It's fine, the
Anyway.
editing will fix that.
Oh,
Anyway,
True.
so I was about to get into my breakdown of this one. So to get you up to speed, Paco, we just got to the effectively the, I don't know, is it the end or the middle? It's more or less the end of the Trojan War. And Odysseus has found a child of the Trojans, and Zeus has told him, "Hey, you need to kill this kid, otherwise he's going to grow up and take revenge on you." And Odysseus is like, "But I don't want to kill kids." So
And
so
Zeus
now
was
he-
like, I don't
so-
care.
Yeah, and Zeus is like, "I don't care," but Odysseus is like, "Watch me try anyway." So now we have gotten to Just a Man, where effectively Odysseus is reflecting on all his, I guess, misdeeds and sins that he has, and terrible things that he has done as a result of being in this war. The general sense that I get is one of, they have kind of forgotten why the fuck they're there to begin with. And
I
now
assume that
they're
we're
just like-
going with the have been there for 10 years version of the war.
yes. And
Yeah,
so-
after that amount of time, I can understand forgetting why you're there.
Yeah, and so now he's just like, I just want to go home, man. And
Fair.
so now he's asking like, what has become, and so the whole thing with like, comet becomes a meteor, ripple, tidal wave, man becomes a monster, basic metaphor of when
does small thing become big thing?
yeah, have the means justify the ends, like when have I gone too far in what I've done, yada yada.
Yep.
So
All right, I'm on board.
So that's basically what's happened so far. I am a big fan of this one. My biggest criticism of the first one was it just, there wasn't very much establishing of the characters and who these people were. So I was just kind of fucking lost after the first one, and just like, what is happening? Why is this happening? I don't know what's going on. Now granted, I am familiar with the Odyssey, so I at the very least know the rough plot, but I'm still learning what the characterizations of these people are going to be, and so we just got a big dump of characterization for Odysseus, which I'm a big fan of. The music is gorgeous. I love the chanting. It's very classic musical theater, kind of this. It's almost feels like his inner turmoil, like scolding him in a way. It's very good, very solid songwriting. I'm a big fan of this one. So I feel like we just need to keep this going so I can kind of settle into this more.
And hopefully there will
I'm
be
along for the ride. Let's go.
and hopefully me and Hayleigh will no longer be like, actuallys. Like, stop. You met your quota
No,
with this
actually,
song.
I do. I did have an aside. Think about this: that the Trojans clearly made a mistake with the horse when a child was the real way to get into the other area.
That's not what happened. But I like the spirit. We're there in spirit.
No, well, he's conflicted about killing children. I'm just saying, like, they made a mistake with a giant wooden horse.
Oh no! It was the other people that made the horse. They gave it to the
Oh,
Trojans. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
That's also why the
Alright, no,
condom
carry
brand is
on.
called Trojans,
I-
is because you're trying not to sneak a child in.
I am now curious, though. Odysseus, did you not just get done sacking the city in which a whole bunch of other Trojan children were killed?
Paco, that is not the
Or
point.
did you not participate in that?
That is not the point of this musical.
This is a baby. This is an
That's
infant.
why he's conflicted
all right.
after the fact.
Gotcha.
Because
Yes.
of the horrors of war. The
Yes.
PTSD is
All right.
hitting, Paco.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to assume Agamemnon was the one that killed all the children. So
That does sound like something Agamemnon would do.
I love the fact that everybody is
So-
saying this fool's name, and I'm like, abadabadabada. Because I can't pronounce it.
so anyway. So
I will try not to like historical autistic over here.
No, that's the whole point of this. It's my fucking show. That is
yeah,
what we signed
got
up
music,
for.
We got history, we got writers. Let's fucking go. Let's break this shit down.
Yep.
For the record,
Alright,
Jorge, if
on
you
to
see
the
this, we're not critiquing it because we don't like it. We're having fun with it because we do like it.
I'm sure he understands. I try to keep all my criticisms in good faith. Here's how things could be better. Here's what I like. So
Man, we should do this again for Has Been
This is
Hotel.
also- as a musical hater, this is also like the one song from this that I have on my Spotify list.
600 men under my command, with only one goal in mind.
Make it back alive to our homeland.
600 men, 600 miles of open sea. But the problem's not the
It's
distance.
what lies in between.
And did the cars waiting?
cars
My
waiting.
kingdom is waiting. The enemy's waiting for me. So full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Captain,
You really bust
600 men.
600 men.
600 men with big mouths to feed. And we've run out of supplies to eat.
Curse the war, our food stores depleted.
600 men.
600 men.
600 reasons to take what we can.
So Captain, what's the plan? Captain, what's the plan?
Watch where the birds fly.
Watch where the birds
They
fly.
will lead us to land.
They will lead us to land.
There will hunt for food, my second in command. Now for speed
We're up, and away we go. We're up, and away we go. We're up, and away we go.
Captain Polythemus, look! There in the distance, I see an island. I see a light that faintly glows. Maybe they're people lighting a fire. Maybe they'll share some food, who knows?
Something feels off here. I see fire, but there's no smoke.
I say we strike first. We don't have time to waste, so let's raid the place and...
No. Polities, gear up. You and I'll go ahead.
You and I'll go ahead.
We should try to find a way no one ends up dead.
We don't know what's ahead.
Give me till sunrise, and if we don't return, then 600 men can make this whole place burn. Now for speed ahead.
Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead.
We're off, and away we go.
We're up, and away we go. We're up, and away we go. We're up, and full speed ahead.
And this is the start where everything goes sideways.
Yeah, basically. So that's a fun one. It's basically just exposition. But we have some introduction to some new characters. That's fun. I have to commend the amount of variety so far. Like, we've already had a ballad. We've had two energetic pieces, and they're already very different. Although a lot of focus on big, heavy percussion in both.
Mm-hmm.
I think the one thing that sticks out to me is the vocal production. Like the way the chorus, the ensemble sounds is like very interesting, because it's the way the timbre of the full ensemble is. It very much sticks out like its own instrument,
Mm-hmm.
versus blending together like a choir. It's very interesting. Like, it blends within itself, but it feels distinct to the ear, versus like Odysseus, whoever his right hand man is. I already forgot his name. I know they said it, and then the other guy that they also mentioned.
You're thinking of Polites and Eurylochus. I don't know how to pronounce this fool's name.
Another Greek name.
Yeah.
Another Greek name.
Also, I want to point this out. Polites, according to the Odyssey, which is the poem, Polites is Odysseus' dearest friend, right? His most beloved, dearest friend. This fool is mentioned twice in the whole poem for being a dear friend. Like,
Gotcha.
okay, he's not that dear of a friend then. However, it is unclear what happens to him after a certain point in the original poem. This doesn't do that so much, so I'm not going to spoil what happens, because that's rude.
Well, and maybe I missed it. Did they actually kill... Is it implied that he actually killed the kid?
It's implied that he took him to the top of one of the walkways and dropped him.
Gotcha. But that's just kind of left out of this.
Yeah, in the original poem, there is no two ways about it. They go into detail about what he does. In this, they're like, we're not about that life, so up in the air.
We're leaving it vague.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, because like, I don't know how I feel about that, because with such heavy... You have two songs that emphasize the stuff with this infant. It feels like but to not have a conclusion to that story thread feels just kind of... Huh?
I mean, if you
Like-
watch any of the animatics that go with just a man, they make it a point of, even the people who are doing this straight up do not commit to showing you what actually happens to this kid. It's implied that he gets dropped, and that's where everybody ends it. I'm like, yeah, you shy away from kids.
Sure, but I'm taking kind of I'm taking the album on its own merits and not what other people have added on top of that. And so, at least on its own merits, it's like they keep mentioning this kid and what it's doing to Odysseus, like, mentally, how it's getting him to reflect on what he's done, and then he's just like, again, maybe I just missed it in listening, but like, it just seems like that story thread got completely dropped. Like, if I'm just listening to the album in and of itself.
I don't know about you, but
Hella, maybe you might be able to clarify. Is the album intended as you're getting the whole story experience?
Oh no, this is actually a concept album. That's why it says official concept album. So this is I don't want to say an alpha version, but it's like a version of a soon-to-be finished thing. Does that make sense? Like the unreleased songs in, like, Hamilton.
Okay. So the full story is not actually supposed to be expressed just within the album alone?
Correct, because there was a couple songs that got
it
completely cut, like God Games. God Games is fun, but it got cut.
Got it. All right.
Okay. I imagine it's a situation where it's like this is basically just like any musical if you stripped all the songs like into their own audio format and that's it. Like,
yep.
I feel like this goes with a play. Like this is the songs that they're gonna do in the musical.
Yeah, it definitely. I think with that though, there is some weakness in storytelling, because if the, like, I would understand if it's a thing of like it's not meant to tell the whole overarching story. That would be one thing, and I think that's fair.
It could also just be like this is enough of the details, and then there's supposed to be acting going on with it to show the rest.
Well, because my main point is because at least musically, knowing what I know, some of the little bits that I've heard already that happen later, there's musicals meant to connect events and things that happen, and the fact that there's those connections and through lines musically tells me that there's supposed to be story connections happening as well. And so it is just a thing of like I can understand it being like a thing of yeah, right now this is just the music that we have now, and maybe we plan on adding acting and actual musical elements later.
But I'm not even saying like there needs to be additional dialogue. I'm saying like after that last song, like not the last one we listened to, but like the second song, I guess.
Yeah.
All they have to do is literally just show him like dropping the child, and then he could just look upset about it. Like there doesn't even need to be like any voice lines or anything. It could just be in addition to the end of it.
No, I get that. I'm just saying it's like, but because we're just experiencing it in an audio format, there is a loss of that storytelling, which then for the album as a standalone is a weakness.
Yeah, you're right.
So
I follow.
So yeah, that's my main point, because it's I'm trying to establish, is this meant to actually be telling me a story in and of itself, because the music is telling me that. And so I'm critiquing the actual like written story in the same way. And so if it's not meant to be that, and it's just meant to be like little snippets out of the Odyssey, that I think would be one thing. And I would think the dropping of plot lines and plot threads would be less of an issue for me. But that is just one thing I'm noticing. So I don't know, maybe. So at least there, I think that's probably just one little thing. But
I appreciate the most in that last song, the part of basically just like, if we don't come back, rough 'em up, boys.
Yeah.
Was kind of like, it's just like, there's 600 of us. If we don't come back, just like rattle them, boys.
If the two of us don't make it back, the 600 of you, please come after us and take care of things.
Okay, but that is like the most Trojan what is it, Greek thing I've ever heard.
Greek?
It's like, listen, the two of us are gonna go exploring. If we're not back in 2 hours and 45 minutes, you know what to do. Leave?
Rattle 'em, boys.
No, you're not gonna leave. Axis, come back here and get us. I feel like we should just leave them if they're not back in 3 hours.
Alrighty.
Why would I have brought my mooks if I didn't want you to rattle them?
I'm gonna be completely honest. If you guys said, okay, we're gonna be gone for like 3 hours, if we're not back, couldn't save us, I'd be like, no, that's definitely not happening.
Well, I think the point is also, like, they're also trying to get food, so...
Yeah.
The ocean is
I
right
was
there.
gonna say, that's...
There's fish in the ocean.
Did they remember to bring their fishing lines?
You can make a fishing rod.
Out of what?
A stick?
Your sword?
Yeah. Stand in the shallows, wait for them to get close enough, stab down.
Hella, are you speaking from experience on this one?
I don't want to talk about it.
Look, I've seen Castaway. A sharp stick. That's all you need.
Yeah. The ocean is right there. Y'all could have been fine.
Look, Bear Grylls ain't got shit on me, okay?
There's 600 of them. One of them is Bear Grylls. Like, one of them has to, statistically, is more likely to be, like, the survival guy.
I don't know, Paco, was Bear Grylls around, like, in, I don't know, what is this, like, 40 BC?
40? Try like 1400.
I'm not literally saying one is Bear Grylls, because that would be even funnier. But like, I'm just saying statistically, like, one of these guys is like, I'm the buff survival nerd. Like, this is my fucking like special interest.
Yeah.
I feel reasonably confident that, like, out of a crew of 600, you probably have at least a couple dozen of those guys in that era.
That's what I'm saying. The ocean is right there. You did not actually have to get off the boat. You made problems for yourself.
Yeah.
To be fair,
you're telling me out of 600 people, there's not that one autistic fuck that's just like, hey, how do we survive? And someone's like, oh, fishing. I got this.
To be fair, there's not actually that many fish in the open ocean. You would have to get closer to shorelines.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna especially on, like, a warship.
I'm just saying, you could also braid a net, throw that bitch down, just keep going, bring it up once a day, and it's like, oh, fish. Everybody's about to be on a diet, but everybody's about to eat.
No. I don't know if everyone would eat, but enough.
Look, who among us has not already decided, in the event that there is low food, one person is about to be picked to be eaten. Sorry, Carl. You got picked.
Yeah, and not everyone comes back from war. I'm sorry, Steve. Like, we're just gonna have to exit you.
But I've been such a good, diligent soldier, and now you will go great with whatever we caught out of the ocean.
Well, let's see if Steve gets eaten in the next song.
Oh. Oh, boy.
You can relax, my friend. Huh? I can tell you're getting nervous, so do yourself a service and try to relax, my friend.
I'm fine, Polythemus.
Think of all that we have been through. We'll survive what we get into. I know that you're tired of the war and bloodshed. Tell me, is this how we're supposed to live? Look at how you grip your sword, enough said. Why should we take when we could give? You can show a person that you trust them when you stop and lower your guard. Here we have a chance for some adjustment. Give it a try, it's not that hard. I'm telling you, this life is amazing when you greet it with open arms. Whatever we face, we'll be fine if we're leading from the heart. No matter the place, we can light up the world. Here's how to start. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms.
Welcome.
Stay back!
Stay back. Stay back.
My friend, greet the world with open arms.
We're only here for food. 600 friends are waiting for us to show our faces. Stay back, I'm warning you. If we don't get back safely, my men will turn this place into blazes.
Here you go.
See? This life is amazing when you greet it with open arms. Whatever we face, we'll be fine if we're leading from the heart. No matter the place, so we can light up the world. Here's how to start. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms.
My friend, I wish that I could say that I agree. But look at the way this fruit is glowing and filled with glowing seeds. It took me a while to notice just what kind of fruit they eat. It's a lotus, it controls your mind and never lets you free. That's what we'd get with open arms.
Lotus eaters, I'd like to show my friend that kindness is brave. Could you tell me where there's other food to eat?
The cave, Gary Cave.
A cave! You're saying there's a cave where we could feast. And where do we sail to find this food-filled cave?
East, that way.
Thank you.
Welcome.
This life is amazing when you greet it with open arms. I see in your face there is so much guilt inside your heart. So why not replace it and light up the world? Here's how to start. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms.
Greet the world with open arms.
You can relax, my friend.
Okay, so to play catch up for you, these little people that he meets are the Lotus Eaters. For those of you who don't know, you've seen them in the Percy Jackson movie, Yes, Boomy, Hiss, whatever, when they go to the casino. The Lotus Eaters are just chilling on this island, zoinked out of their fucking minds. They live in perpetual bliss because they keep eating these lotuses. They're high 24/7. So when these two show up, they're like, we could just give them to the, like, thing that's coming in the next saga, and they would never know. And that's what happens.
It's like, I'm just like, who let the Steven Universe character into my Odyssey? But then it's like, what if you had a Steven Universe character? Like, what if you have a Steven Universe song, but it was produced by a reggaeton producer?
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing.
Right?
Okay, I don't have this song because I was like, I'm in this song, and I feel very called out for being this fucking go happy. It's like, it's fine. Maybe you could just ask them, we're hungry. Do you know where food is? Oh, we could totally mess
Also,
with these fools.
Can I point out, just everything is great and happy as long as you greet the world with open arms. If you don't, we're gonna kill you. But yeah, everything is great. You've given us food. Look at that. We're all happy. It's like, yeah, with swords pointed at them.
I'm sorry, if I met a random...
I will also...
Go ahead.
I will also say I'm a little nervous about this cave.
If you already know the story, it's not a surprise what's going to happen. If you haven't, I'm not going to spoil it for you, because that's rude.
Yeah, I find the variety very interesting. It certainly fits the character they're going for. Very happy-go-lucky. It's like, dude, just put good vibes out, and good vibes will come to you. I don't get the feeling that's going to pay off, but...
I mean, if you go to war and you've been at war for 10 years, I don't think you have a lot of good vibes that you have personally sent out into the universe, my friend. I think your karma wheel's about to spin.
So, as far as, yeah, I'm getting the sense I'm not going to have too much to say musically. I will say I do kind of notice it feels a little bit like maybe he cut his teeth doing a lot of pop production, and that I mostly get that sense from how the vocals are produced. Because I am catching like bits of pitch correction, like like done in a way that would feel very at home in a pop song. Very much with this one in particular is very noticeable. You kind of have that almost robot-y effect on the vocals, which is very in style. It's very much in character for a reggaeton song. So I do find that interesting. Because it feels like you have a mix of like pop elements with musical theater mixed with almost like video game-esque music, actually. At least as far as the percussion's concerned. It feels very much like a big video game, like big epic video game music. So, and I find that interesting for sure.
Can you imagine if they made a video game of the Odyssey? Oh my god. People would lose their minds.
That would be really fucking cool.
Press X to drop, baby.
Can you imagine Markiplier? I don't want to drop this kid. Am I allowed to not do that? No.
No, Markiplier would be like yeet and then hit the button like in the most dramatic fashion.
No, but then you have like fucking like I don't know, like Jacksepticeye, and like he's like, oh, I don't want to drop this kid, and then like he tries not to drop the kid, and then it's like, and then if you back away from the ledge, Zeus just strikes you down with lightning and kills you instantly.
Oh no, even better. It's a scripted event. You are not allowed to get out of the cutscene. You're like, no, I am not doing this. No, I didn't sign up for this. That's not a you call, friend.
Alright.
I assume when we're talking about a video game about the Odyssey, we're completely discounting the existence of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which has nothing to do with it.
We don't talk about Bruno in our house, Paco.
I like the recreations of cities. Anyway.
It's a good map tutorial if you know where you're going.
Yeah, true. Alright, let's go.
Yep.
Have you forgotten the lessons I taught you?
Athena!
Have you forgotten to turn off your heart? This is not you. I see you changing from how I've designed you. Have you forgotten your purpose? Let me remind you. Goddess of wisdom, master of war. My life has one mission: create the greatest warrior.
Show yourself. I know you're watching me. Show yourself. I can see you.
How can you see through my spell?
I was lying, and you fell for my bluff.
Well done, enlighten me, what's your name?
You first, and maybe I'll do the same.
Nice try, but two can play this game.
Nah, don't be modest, I know you're a goddess, so let's be honest, you are Athena.
Athena,
badass in the arena, unmatched pretty and queen of the best strategies we've seen.
if you're looking for a mentor, I'll make sure your time's well spent.
Sounds like a plan, goddess and man, best as a friend.
We'll see where it ends.
Okay.
disappoint me.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're looking for an explanation, I don't have one because I have zero memory of Athena ever being in the Odyssey.
I was gonna ask
Same.
when the hell did this take? Did we just screen cut to like an entirely different story?
Yeah, I
Like, look, I know I've done this exact thing in my own book, and I'm super proud of it. But like, I have at least like an explanation.
yeah,
So this
I'll be
song,
honest, I have no fucking clue what's supposed to be happening in this scene.
so I honestly don't know. Like, it's a cool song, but when people that I've talked about, music nerds and mythology nerds, all of us have agreed we have zero memory of Athena ever being in the Odyssey. Like, she was given a lot of gifts by Odysseus, like that was his preferred god to pay tribute to. ... I have no idea if she was actually in the Odyssey or not. So I don't know if this was a thing. I don't know if it was brought up. I don't know if it's artistic license.
I'm gonna date myself here. I read the Odyssey about 25 years ago. I don't remember Athena.
Oh my god, it is. It's chapter 10. There is literally a chapter about Athena and a magic boar.
Okay, but I feel
All
like
right.
her making this challenge and then him just being the extra special who did it doesn't mean she picked him. She was just like, wow, okay, I didn't think anybody would win.
I guess I etch-a-sketched that out of my memory.
I guess so, same. Like, I have no memory
I-
of this woman being here.
While listening to that song, though, I did make a very important discovery.
Huh.
That there is a video game about the Odyssey.
No shit.
It is an Odyssey Echoes of War on Steam, and you can play as a man, woman, non-binary, cis or trans,
Oh,
gay
fuck
or
the face.
straight, bi, arrow
What?
or ace, monogamous or polyamorous.
Wait.
Is this
I
a
need to get
dating?
this
Is this a
game.
dating
How much
sim?
is it? Wait, how much is it?
A full price at $7.
So I'm getting that game after this.
Oh, okay. Athena is apparently the one that actually sent Odysseus on this whole like wild goose chase in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, as a punishment, she's the one that made him go off on this thing, and then, yeah, I guess the boar was like, I've seen a couple different things that I just looked up, but like the boar was one of the challenges of like Heracles, and Odysseus defeated it.
Okay, one
Like,
of the chores Hercules had to do was literally
I have
walk
push to talk
Spot
on,
the
so I
dog.
can't like, but it's like I can't read from like articles and also talk at the same time right now. But it's like, yeah, no, there's
Fair.
a whole bunch of like, there's several different boars involved with Athena, and Odysseus is mentioned in like most of them.
Interesting.
Okay,
All right.
so according to the internet, this was a thing. Me and Paco just apparently went etch-a-sketch. We have no memory of this.
As I said, I read it 25 years ago. It's been a while.
Yeah, I have vague memories of Athena being in it. I'm mostly just kind of confused. Again, story-wise, I'm not sure what's supposed to be happening here. I guess, like, it is establishing, like, Odysseus is a very, like, clever, fighter? Is that what they're trying to establish here? I guess that's fair.
I think they're trying. I think
They haven't if they haven't established his cleverness already, that is something that is important to do regarding
I think-
Odysseus as a character.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I
haven't
think that's what
yet.
it's supposed to be doing, but it's also like this is very much like
this is really
this is
late into
very
the
much
ball
something
game.
that happens like later after the other thing.
I always took it because of
well-
where this song comes in. She's scolding him for basically like, well, Polites said I should be happier and embrace the world with open arms. Her coming out of the woodwork, slapping the silly shit out of him. That's not how this works. You're smarter than that. Stop that.
Yeah, like I got that part too. I'm just confused, like I'm not sure what the scene is. Like, there's not really any good indication for that.
Like, I
I
think
guess
it's literally like it's after the fact that he kills the boar, obviously, which was like a very clever thing to do. But I think missing between this song and the last one was definitely like a SpongeBob style, like much time has passed later, like, and then this song. Like,
I always took it. It's like, I think that this song was supposed to go at the beginning, so we can kind of establish who this fool is, and then we can go right into the Trojan War, because I don't know.
I was thinking about that as well.
I think this is after that, but
I know it is, but do I mean, like, from a musical standpoint?
Maybe he does the boar first?
Well, it is responding to Polly, whatever the fuck his name is.
Polly Pocket.
So, like, yeah, it is responding to Polly Pocket. So, like, it clearly, like, is supposed to go here. It just, it feels like there's a lot of storytelling that's missing.
We took a really long gap between song
one and again,
this.
It kind of feels like the same thing that happened with the infant, of, like, there are gaps in the storytelling that's happening, and it kind of takes me out of it when I'm listening critically. Like, if I wasn't listening critically, like, this is a banger of a song. It very much feels like, I don't know, what if, what if, I can't think of, like, a specific singer, but it's like, what if, like a early or, like, late 2000 singer did a collaboration with Lin-Manuel Miranda. Like,
okay.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Like that's what it feels like.
I get the vibe.
And then also make the production a lot bigger and louder.
I have the theory that either this is supposed to be some sort of like flashback memory, maybe, or like maybe it's just like a song that isn't actually supposed to be placed here, and like maybe this isn't the actual like chronological like order of events and all the different songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I follow.
I don't know. It's just it is very unclear what's supposed to be happening here or where this fits in the story.
Okay, every time that you say Aztec, every time that you say you lose the plot, all I can think of is fucking Sokka from Avatar. Did Jet die? You know, it was really unclear.
Yeah, it's like, did the infant die? It's very unclear.
It's very unclear. Oh boy, I have this whole album. This song we're about to listen to, I have this whole album. It's that good.
Alrighty. Okay, the Cyclops Saga. Let's do this. Polyphemus. That is a name I do know. Ooh, sheep!
Not anymore.
Over here!
Look at all this food. Look at all these sheep.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Steven Universe.
I can't believe this cave has all this for us to keep.
I gotta hand it to you both. This is quite the treat. There are enough sheep here to feed the entire fleet.
It's almost too perfect, too good to be true. Why would the Lotus Eaters pass up on all this food?
Oh, wait.
Hey there! We're just travelers. We come in peace.
You killed my sheep. My favorite sheep. What gives you the right to deal a pain so deep? Don't you know that pain you sow is pain you reap? Time to drink your blood over where you stand. Your life now is in my hand. Before I'm done, you will
understanding. We never came here to steal, but now that I see we've done some damage, maybe you and I can make a deal. I'll give you our finest treasure, so long as we leave alive. You can keep the world's best tasting wine.
Wine.
Have a drink, one sip and you'll understand the power that's in your hands. A wine so fresh, you'd never want to eat human flesh again. Then we shall be on our way. No bloodshed in here today. A trade you see, a gift from you and a gift from me.
I'd like to thank you. Stranger, what's your name?
My name is Nobody. Nobody. Nobody.
Nobody. For your gift, I've one to reply.
I'm so glad we see eye to eye.
Yes, you shall be the final man to die.
What? Watch out!
Oh.
So I like to call this song, right, in my head, in my own little
Okay.
personal head, I like to call this song, Why the Fuck Are You Lying? That's that whole song. Like, Odysseus, you lie this whole musical number to this man.
Yeah, so I'm getting the sense that Warrior of the Mind is very much to establish Odysseus' cleverness, so that this song kind of makes sense.
Yep.
Also, sheep, famously domesticated animal, totally just sitting here without anyone to.
Without anyone watching over them, belonging to nobody.
Enough of them to feed 600 people. Famously domesticated animal.
Yes.
Okay, you want to know what's even worse, though? Like, the line in this song, we never came here to steal. It's like, well, you sure as shit weren't coming here to borrow either, so what were you planning on telling him if you saw him first? I'm so curious.
Yeah, I think the most charitable is that it's like, oh, we didn't realize these belonged to anyone. We were not trying to steal. It's like, we thought these were just free for the taking.
Of the famously domesticated animal that has to be
yeah.
babysat.
We're not here to steal your famously domesticated animal. We're just here to we were inspecting them, and also, we just thought nobody
With our
owned them.
spears.
Also, another line in this
Yeah.
that makes me go, I'm
not saying it's good. It's a good line. I'm just saying.
Also,
that's maybe what they're going.
We were
for.
unclear that you had called dibs.
Okay, another line in this, too, that makes me really aggravated when he goes, well, there was no bloodshed here today. I'm like, there's a dead sheep. We heard that arrow at the beginning of this song. It hit something, and that sheep stopped bleeding. What are you talking about? Blood was shed. You killed this fool's
We heard
sheep.
the Cyclops literally say, "You killed my sheep."
There was bloodshed. I would be pissed. It's like, I'll trade you really Gucci wine for your sheep that we killed. Huh? No. Hello? That's not how this works. Get the fuck out of here.
So, music. I am a big fan of how this one's going.
Oh, that one. This is my favorite of the songs. Actually, this one and then another song in the Underworld saga, but we haven't gotten there yet.
Which one? Survive?
Oh, we don't have time to go through that. This one and the one in the Underworld.
No, hello, I don't know which one you're talking about. You just said this one.
Oh, Polythemus.
Oh, Polythemus. Yeah.
It's such
that
a
one,
banger.
This one is... I need to listen... Hold on, I need to listen back
They
to
do
this.
a cool thing in terms of the Cyclops voice for singing.
Yeah. Well, because this was the first thing I noticed.
I can't believe.
Over here.
That sheep is dead.
Over here.
No, it's the arrow, and it's the arrow, the hit, then music plays.
What are those chords? Wait, hold on.
But like just that in itself is like really well done.
Over here.
Yeah.
Look at all this food.
Yeah, the chords that they're choosing here are very. What is it? No, it's not that.
I do love that me and Hayleigh, though, got to the same conclusion. Sheep are famously domesticated. They have to be babysat. They can't just wander on their own. What are you talking about?
Over here.
I'm just saying.
Over here.
Look at all this food. Look at all.
Yeah, what? I'm not quite sure what those chords are. They're probably more complicated.
I think somebody on the internet, transcribed this.
Sheep.
But I like there's a couple of different elements going on here. Did you notice the cave sounds are actually pitched?
Yes.
Yeah, they're actually part of the harmony. And so it has this very otherworldly feeling. And because it feels so it reminds me of very much in big masterwork pieces, like your Carmina Burana's, Mozart's Requiems, things like that, where they use very high singing sopranos to have this feeling of otherworldliness and heaven is opening up, that sort of effect. You kind of have that going on here, but you mix that with these chords that are kind of alternating between vaguely minor 7 chords that they're not happy, but they're not sad either. They're kind of in the middle. They're very mixed.
I mean, have you ever pet a sheep? You're not really happy about it because it's wiry, but you're super happy because you're petting a sheep. You're in a weird position when you pet a sheep.
Well, I don't think that's what they're going for. Also, I have pet a sheep. They can be very soft. I have a sheep. Just bad.
I did.
Yes, she did.
That was pretty good.
I could do peacock too, but I don't wanna. It's loud.
Yeah, but I am noticing they're because we're kind of sitting in this minor context. It mixed with those high notes way up in this register. It very much gives this effect of something's wrong here. This isn't right. Something's going on here.
Dude, if I found a bunch of sheep that could feed 600 grown-ass men, I would immediately assume, what land development in Scotland did I land on? Why are there so many sheep?
Well, that's the point. The music is feeding into that atmosphere. And that's the point that I'm getting at. The music is feeding into that. And so you have this feeling that you're in this unknown, otherworldly place mixed with these kind of plinking, very ambiguous, unsettled chords.
Something doesn't feel quite right.
Yeah.
I can't believe this cave has all this for us to keep.
I've got to hand it to you both.
Also, enough sheep to feed 600 people in a cave.
Right?
Very, very naturey and totally wild sheep
Again, right? I don't know how many people
hang out in a cave.
Yeah, it's I don't know how many people know this. There's a reason why sheep are in fields.
I've got to hand it to you both. This is quite the treat.
Would that be that they eat grass, famously not found in caves?
The entire fleet.
Maybe.
It's almost too perfect, too good to be true. Why would the Lotus Eaters pass up on all this food?
Would you not ask these questions before somebody shot one of these sheep? Would you not see this before you even got properly into the cave and be like, why are there so many sheep
it's
here?
implied that he's already It's implied that he's already killed more than one sheep.
I know, but wouldn't you be like, sheep are a famously domesticated... I'm going to keep bringing this up. Sheep are a famously domesticated animal. Who owns these?
So
No, but that's my point, is like, why would you ask questions after killing many multiple of this famously domesticated animal that's in a cave?
So I'm gonna bring it back to the music. So I
Thank you.
because I think we're spinning our wheels a bit on the sheep thing. So
All this food.
so I love so obviously the big shocking reveal of Polyphemus the Cyclops.
The owner of these sheep.
Like I love this. I love the way that his entrance actually resolves the phrase, which is just a really good good way to enter it. The other thing that I'm noticing is that we have like the way that he's able to that he's actually using the melody and different parts of the melody to convey different things. Like at the very beginning, I noticed this with Polyphemus. You have that sort of line, which that interval, the fifth generally is used for big epic sounding things. That's like things like that. I think what is it? It's Superman's theme. Famously opens with the fifth. I believe Star Wars does too. Yeah, so it's generally considered a very big opening, and I'm just noticing it's like they're kind of using that to make Polyphemus feel even bigger, and I think that's a really, really cool effect. On top of the big droning 808 bass way down in this register, mixed with the violins, like, oh shit, something's this isn't good.
Hey there.
And I love that the booming bass feel like his footsteps. Like there's so much atmosphere building in this that was not present in the ones before. This is so much of a step up musically.
Oh yeah, like I said, he
yeah.
decided he wanted to do this, and then like the further on it goes, the better the music gets because he's learning as he goes. Like his whole channel is just basically him just explaining his process.
Yeah, and you can feel that happening here. Like this is very much like I feel like this is him, like the first couple songs were him just kind of like getting into the idea and kind of just finding his grounding.
I do it? And then this one was like, no, we're gonna do it.
This is where it feels like, okay, now we're doing some actual like really heavy storytelling with the music. Like there's a lot more going on here, and a lot more to sink your teeth into. The fact that like the droning bass hits in the background, like you can imagine his footsteps as he's crashing down with each step that he takes. The you can almost feel the silence despite with that big drone happening down in the bass register. It almost feels like it's like all the air's been sucked out of the room because everything, all the highs and everything have been dropped, and it's just bass frequencies. So
suddenly realizing you might have fucked up good.
Yeah, you can feel that effect. And then obviously the big intimidating like vaguely robot-y but like deep voice. Very non-human sounding, which really adds to the effect. And then
We're just travelers. We come in peace.
Lies.
You killed my sheep.
yeah. And then that's that interval that I was talking about. Just like, oh. Oh.
Dude, I love
That's
how
not
he's
good.
trying to be, what do you call it, cordial. It's like, oh, we're just travelers, we're just passing through. And it's like, you killed my sheep. Like, he didn't even try to pretend to follow that. It's like, no. That's not how this works.
It's like literally the General Kenobi is surrounded by battle droids. Oh, hello there.
No.
It does have that kind of energy.
No.
Oh, that's such, yeah, and then the strings in this, they're replacing the plucky guitars and synths with strings. Like, just there's so much more body to the sound, and it just like this. Oh, it's such a cool effect, like that. Like it's just driving, almost like pulsating effect. It's so cool. Like you can feel it. I almost imagine it's like you feel the intimidation factor coming off of him, like the weight of his words.
Paco, you might remember it better than I do. How big was the Cyclops compared to Odysseus? I feel like I'm thinking like Attack on Titan, and I'm like, I don't think he was that big.
Oh, that's so cool. Hold up, we got something cool happening.
We come in peace.
You killed my sheep. My faith.
Oh, that's cool. So it's using the same harmony, but all the intervals the strings are focusing on are like either the intimidating ones or the ones that sound creepy. So you have that big intimidating fifth mixed with this half step up top, so which is a very dissonant interval, so it really heightens the kind of like, oh god, this isn't good.
Great sheep. What gives you the right to deal a pain so deep? Don't you know that pain you sow is pain you reap?
Yeah, and then I think the other big thing that stood out to me is thematically the Cyclops is kind of echoing the insecurities that Odysseus was feeling back at the beginning of this in Just a Man, which I think is really really cool for like from a storytelling perspective, of like how it's like he was talking about like, oh, all the terrible things I've done, the people I've hurt, and then he just keeps fucking doing it. He can't stop. He keeps doing it. very much Odysseus is not a good person energy coming off of this.
Yeah, it's almost like, hey buddy, after 10 years of war, I don't think you remember how to not fuck up this badly. I think this is a habit.
Yeah.
In answer to your question, Hella, of how tall the Cyclops is, without looking it up, I would guess probably like 15 to 20 feet tall.
Oh lord, she tall. She got the legs.
The
oh lord,
the
he's thick.
the modern day hypothesis for the origin of the Cyclops myth is mammoth fossils. And so you arrange a mammoth fossil so that it looks like a man, and that gets you about like 15 to 20 feet of height. So that would be that's my guess.
Look,
on the height of the Cyclops.
Look, I'm not gonna even lie. If I saw an elephant in real life, I'd be scared because, Lord, it's giant. But if I saw a Cyclops, I'd be like, I could take him.
I mean,
something 15 to 20 feet tall?
Yeah, if I stretch enough, I could totally take him.
Hella, you bitch about walking.
Hey, yo.
I could take him. In a fight, right?
In a fight, right?
Anyway.
Jesus Christ. Well, let's go. Let's listen to people die.
Well, I will note, we are currently 6 songs in.
Yep.
How far are we going tonight?
There's 20.
That's what part 2 is for. You can just fix in editing. It's fine.
Do you have somewhere to be tomorrow?
I do have somewhere to be tomorrow.
Oh boy.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, Paco might be leaving us because they've got duties.
I'm getting my eyes checked.
Here's my suggestion. We get through survive because that is the obvious follow-up, and then we can call it there for now.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll be halfway through the Cyclops series.
I swear,
Alright.
the next one just starts talking about like some giant snake or something, and Zeus is there. Like,
I could take them. In a fight? Sure. No.
Alrighty, let's go.
My brothers, the rest of our fleet, they wait at the beach. And if we're defeated, their good is dead. Straight ahead, that is who we're fighting. No backup, no chance for support. So draw out your swords. Our foe must be thwarted right here and now. Show me how great is your will to survive. 600 lives at stake. It's just one life to take. And when we kill him, then our journey's over. No dying on me now. Defeat is not allowed. We must live through this day. So fight, fight, fight. Surround him! Surround him! Attack from behind! Keep distance in mind! And stay in his blind spot and strike his heels! Strike the heels! Show him that we're deadly! Exhaust him! Exhaust him! Don't let him get close! He's strong but he's slow! He can't land a blow if we're out of reach! Find a breach! Stand up and fight for your life! 600 lives to save! It's just one life to take, and when we kill him, then our journey's over. No dying on us now. Defeat is not allowed. We must live through this day, so fight, fight, fight.
Enough. He's got a club. He's got a club! What are our orders? Captain! Captain! You've heard me enough. 600 lives I'll take, 600 lives I'll break, and when I kill you, then my pain is over. You're dying here and now, escape is not allowed. You won't live through this day, now die, die.
The fuck?
So the next one explains. Actually, that one explained. He slipped in one of the Lotus Eater's psychedelic flowers to the wine and was like, "We'll just roofie him. We'll just roofie him. It'll be fine."
Gotcha. Okay.
There's a problem with this plan, though. You put in what was essentially a handful of flowers, hoping to knock out somebody who's like 30 times bigger than you. It took a minute. It's not a Benadryl that you slip somebody by accident.
Sure. So... Huh. Oh man, there's a lot to take in on that one. So... I don't even know where to start on that. So...
We're defeated, their good is dead. Straight ahead, that...
So one of the first things I noticed is very much this very much reminds me of my own work in writing video game music. You have big chugging drums, just a lot of snare drum driving bass drum, all that good stuff in a minor key. So you right here in C minor. So very classic stuff. It's not really something I hear very much in musical theater. I think in general, a lot of these things are not things I generally associate with musical theater. So I think concept album is definitely the more accurate term for this, because it doesn't feel like a musical per se.
I kind of feel like it's a modern musical. It's like it has musical elements. It's not really a musical.
For sure. I definitely get why I've heard it called a musical, because it definitely has those elements, and it's obviously telling a story through musical means. But I think it actually reminds me very much of concept albums from like metal music that will have similar things like this, where they're telling a specific story throughout the songs, and and they use that as a vehicle for the music. And vice versa. That's a very common trend within metal music, and it feels like this is a similar thing going on here. Whether the intention is to have a more visual element go along with it, I don't know, but it definitely feels like a standalone piece, is the sense I'm getting. I'm trying to think.
We're fighting out great. It's just one life to take.
Yeah, I really like this moment of the kind of broadening, the bass dropping out.
Great is your will to survive. 600 lives at stake. It's just one life to take. And when we kill it.
Is that modulating to the major? I think that modulates to the major. That's really fun.
Nice. Also, I love that the thing that he told his people, it's like, if we're not back in like 3 hours, you guys have to come ransack this place. He's realizing, ooh, that might be a bad idea, because this might be more than they can handle.
Yeah. Oh, that's really... Yeah, this is a really cool section. So, but I will say that is very much like, it does seem like it's kind of modulating to the major, at least briefly, for that big opening positive upswing in the music. So, and then back into the minor.
Surround him!
Wait, hold on. What is happening there?
Fight! Fight! Surround him! Surround him! Attack from behind.
That's cool. I didn't even... Oh, they stay... Oh, that's cool. It actually stays on the 5 to keep that, like, that tension building for until you get to the surround him. Like, that's actually a really cool effect.
Surround him. Surround him! Attack from behind! Keep distance in mind! And stay in his blind spot and strike his heels! Strike the heels! Show him that we're deadly! Exhaust him! Exhaust him! Don't let him get close! He's strong, bro!
What is that? Yeah, you got kind of some kind of like rumbling thing going on in the strings here. and that's a, it's basically just like a almost percussive element.
You know, that's a famous musical sting also from the Metroid series with Ridley, signifying like
Is it?
how deadly he is. Yeah, that dun 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 dun. Like that's like part of his song.
Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if that's an homage to that.
It probably is because he is like supposed to be like the deadliest thing that you face, kind of a thing. Like it's her rival.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, there's no.
That
Mhm.
does feel like an intentional
Or
homage.
wait, I might be mixing it up with Mother Brain. I think it's Mother Brain. It's not
Oh.
Ridley.
Okay.
One of the two, basically. One of the two has this motif.
Yeah,
Yes, it's a major part of the song.
Yeah, you can hear it in the background. Like it's not super loud, but if you listen for the strings, that's basically what's playing there. It's to me it sounds very much like just a driving. Basically, it's harmonically there's not much going on. It's basically just staying on C, and then just going to walking up to the third, and then coming back down. So there's not like harmonically a bunch going on, but this driving rhythm is basically what's keeping the momentum moving. So very much fitting with the march element and the basically like boss music. It's like stabbing strings is very much something that's emblematic of fight music in video games, and that's very much what this reminds me of.
He's slow. He can't land a blow if we're out of reach. Find a
Oh, then we have that. Then we just change course to A flat to the 6.
breach. Stand up and fight for your life.
600 lives to save.
Ah, so okay, I hear what happened. So then it goes 6, 5, 1. So pretty basic progression, but again, that's pretty common for the style of music until.
It's just one life to take, and when we kill him, then our journey's over. No dying on us now. Defeat is not allowed. We must live through this day, so fight, fight, fight.
Yeah, but basically the gist is like very much heroic battle music is the vibe they're going for, and I love that we're 2 minutes in a 3-minute song, and we have yet to hit the stinger, and so it's really building up this sense of like, here's what we're gonna do this, we will do, and we're going to do this so that we can finally go home until. And then you have the screaming of the Cyclops in the background, like, oh my god, they're actually gonna do it. Holy shit.
Boop,
then he
motherfucker. Also, it's not really a
And this
heroic
was-
music if you roofied the guy you're fighting beforehand.
Well, no, I'm talking about the music is heroic. I'm not
I
saying that the
know.
means that they win is heroic, but the music and everything that is building this sense of optimism and charging ahead. We're going to get through this, guys. We can do this. And then someone gets killed.
See, all I can ever think of is like...
Also-
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I just quickly listened to like little snippets of both of them. I was right with both.
Oh.
Ridley's is that for most of the song, but it's a very fast pace with like grand noises in the background and stuff like that, making him seem more impressive. Mother Brain is very slow and determined, kind of like the Cyclops one here. So it's like it is a much more imposing figure in terms of like something that's way more present. It's like this is the challenge. This is the fight. Like it definitely builds up more. One of the comments in the videos was like, "This is the most peaceful boss music ever," and it's like, it kind of is. It's really slow and like it has purpose.
Yeah, and you do kind of get that sort of sense of in this because it's very
Yeah,
it's very it's very no nonsense. It's because
it's
there's not a lot of
yeah.
there is there is uh there is syncopation and like this kind of like but there's a lot of emphasis on just the big beats of the music, just boom, boom,
It's
boom,
I
boom,
think it's
boom,
the
boom,
difference
boom, boom.
of it's less panic because I would think that this is a fast pace is supposed to drive panic versus this at a slow pace is dread.
Yeah,
Like
well,
you are not like panicking and fleeing. It's like, oh no, this is happening. There's nothing you can do about it.
well, I would say this isn't necessarily panic, but it's meant to
No,
have that feeling of
I'm
a
saying
dread.
as a quickened pace, it would be panic. But like
Yeah,
slow and determined is more dread. It's supposed to
yeah,
drive dread. Like
yeah.
you can't run. This is happening.
Yeah, where this one, this is definitely going more of like an anticipation, excitement kind of like it's
Yeah.
like, all right, here we go, here, like hyping yourself up
Well,
kind of feeling.
I think it is also like in the dread feature of like they have to fight the Cyclops. Like it is big, it is massive. It's going to probably kill some of them. Like they they have to do this and they can't run. Like there's no
Yeah.
panic about this one. Like
Well,
that's what I'm saying. Like the slow and determined is more like a dread feeling.
yeah, I would say that definitely comes in this next section. Because this first section very much rings to me as just straight hero music. We're gonna go in,
Yeah.
we're gonna beat the bad guy. Where now we're getting into the ominous dread side. I think that you're kind of talking about.
Yeah, I think I'm just like jumping the gun on the part that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Enough.
Yeah, this part.
Something like that. But yeah,
He's got a club.
It's the same notes you were talking about.
What are our orders? Captain! Captain! You've hurt me enough. 600 lives I'll take.
yeah, and then this is kind of what I think what you're talking about. Of
Yeah,
now we
it's
are now we are reusing the same exact melody, same harmony, or not the same harmony, but it's same melody in the same key at a slower pace. Actually, I don't
yeah,
know if it's that much slower.
it's the slower pace of it that makes it like more intimidating and
Actually,
like
I actually
dread
don't.
inducing.
Yeah, I don't know if it's actually that much slower. Da, 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 da.
You've hurt me enough. 600 lives I'll take.
No, it's actually the same speed, but it's
It's the reverb.
instrumentation around. No, it's the instrumentation around it. There's not the same.
Oh yeah,
All the syncopated snare drums with the really fast notes behind it. Now it's just this slow, lumbering low strings underneath.
yeah.
These,
I'm saying like the drawn out sound like
yeah,
makes it seem like it's a different pacing. Like
yeah,
it's more present.
yeah. It's the subdivisions have slowed down. There's less subdivisions happening, where instead you had like like machine gunning out notes on the snare drum. Now it's just very slow, haunting beats. It's very slow, haunting notes from the low strings and these kind of wavering sounds coming from the higher end. And then you have, of course, the big hits from the club, which this was the part I wanted to point out, how the first time you hear it, there's this almost like this like liquid sound to it, like so you can almost like hear the mushiness of like the bodies hitting the floor.
Captain! Captain!
Like that like it, like you can hear the blood flying in the air and landing up, like the drops hitting the floor, which is fucking cool. But then the actual rhythm of that is the exact same rhythm that's being used for the big bass drum hits in this next section.
Yeah,
which
everything is very purposeful to the music
Yeah,
too, which
it's
is really
very
nice.
cool. Yeah, like so. Yeah, there's an actual rhythm to the club hits.
You've hurt me enough. 600 lives I'll take. 600 lives I'll break. And when I kill you, then my pain is over. You're dying here and now. Escape is
Yeah, and now the blood sounds are gone. The blood dripping sounds are all gone, because now it has just become part of the music. Oh, that's such a cool effect. And then obviously like his delivery, because it's meant to give this big lumbering feeling, is much different than what Odysseus was giving earlier in the song. Very much a slower delivery. The vibrato is a little bit slower. The emphasizing words and syllables and consonants is a little bit more pronounced, and really digging into them to like feel like the way he says break at the end, like really taking his time on that.
not allowed. You won't live through this day. Now die.
Ah, the roofie finally kicked in.
Oh, that's cool. There's so much happening in these two songs. I love it. Yeah, it feels like there's a notable step up in these two songs from the first 5 that we heard. Like, and the intentionality of the music. Like, not to say the music wasn't intentional before, but there's a noticeable. The storytelling elements are much more noticeable in this, I think, than
They're
prior
incorporated into the music itself.
Yeah, they're much more noticeable, because I really didn't have too much to say other than it's like, yeah, it's cool. The music's fun. Like,
The music is bopping.
Yeah, it's bopping. It's good. I don't really have too
Or
much to say.
thudding.
Other than that. Yeah, but in this, the music is part of the storytelling, which is just, oh, I love it when they do that. I love it when they do that. So, yeah. Oh, I can't wait to hear the rest of this. This will be fun.
Yeah, so
I gotta run, but you guys have fun with your music analysis.
bye.
Okay. Bye.
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 Later.
And then there were 3.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
So we are
I'm glad that I could join partway through.
and just be like, okay, TLDR, because we have to catch you up. This is what's happening.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think we can definitely pick this up another time, because it's going to take us a while before we get through all of them. We only got through 7,
Yeah,
and there's 25.
this will be a multi-long series. Also, by the time, because this upcoming November, says this is being recorded in the past, so you people of the future get to hear this. Since I have another 2 videos coming out in November.
Hella, are you telling me that we're recording this in the past?
Yes.
Wait, shit, we can time travel?
Well, for editing purposes, yes.
Very well.
So in November,
I'll
I've
allow
got
it.
stuff coming out that I've already told you to write about what is coming out in November for next year. So this is going to have to be an October gig, and I have a feeling this is going to be a multi-long series. So I might have to space this out a lot.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
this is gonna be at least 3.
And I'm trying not to, like, dig way into this, because if I wanted to, I could for all these songs and really break them down in detail, but it's just...
Well,
You have a
there's-
YouTube channel? Why don't
I
you do it?
appreciate that you're giving us enough time to autistically focus on other things.
Yeah, I'm trying not to go too in depth on every little detail about it, because it is clear Jorge Rivera is putting a lot of effort and a lot of thought into, and a lot of time into all these. None of this is easy.
100%.
None
Yeah.
of this is easy, and I greatly respect it, and I'm loving the music that's coming out of this.
You know, you have
So-
your own YouTube channel. Shameless plug. Aztec has her own YouTube channel. Please go like, share, and subscribe. You could do it. You could break down the songs. No one's stopping you.
Oh, maybe I'll do that another time.
Yeah, Paco,
Time is stopping us.
that's true. Also, Paco has, as you guys know, if you've been on the channel a long time, Paco also has a channel. Please go like, share, and subscribe
Admiral Paco.
to him.
Admiral Paco. All one word.
Because I always put a space unnecessarily. Anything else that we need to add?
If you're a musician, you should practice. Get more time in on your instrument. Start looking into music production if you want to make shit like this. And make friends with your teachers and classmates, or other musicians around you. I'm making the presumption that you might be in college or something, or high school or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Make friends with musicians. They're cool people. But also, if you want to make something like this, they'll be very handy.
Jorge Rivera, please do not copyright strike this video.
Be merciful.
Be merciful. We are silly clowns. We have our clown license from Clown College.
Jorge, have mercy on me.
Ave Maria, Ave Maria.
Wait, that's not how that
I know
goes.
it's not, but I am blanking.
Close enough.
Close enough. All right. I will see you guys.
Bye, everybody.
I will see you guys in the next one. Aztec, thank you again. Bye.
Of course. Bye.